Anybody else got any more ideas or theories in the comments? Because we got to talk about this disgusting animal, Colt Gray, who decided to go and commit a mass terrorist act at a school in what was it, Barrow County? Let me pull it. Let me pull up some info right quick, man. We got to talk about this, and I'm not going to talk about too much dealing with that, but we have to talk about it though a little bit. We got to say rest in peace to all of those young people that passed away and the older people that that died in that incident because it's extremely unfortunate that people feel like they could just play with people's lives like that. People who didn't do anything to them. Yeah, the dad was charged. You had to charge the dad, man. You buying this kid. We're going to get into the details a little bit, but you got to think about it. Just the overall situation, right? The boy was investigated for making these type of threats, right? There was anonymous tips sent to the FBI about this kid last year, 2023, saying that, hey, he made threats saying that he was going to shoot this joint up. The actual FBI from the Atlanta office showed up to this boy's house. It talked to him and his dad and his family and said, hey, your son been making these threats. The dad is like, yeah, but like he was just messing around. He was just playing around on the internet, on the computer and all that type of stuff. He doesn't actually have access to any of these guns. So the FBI said, okay, whatever. They let it ride. They went and told the local authorities, hey, watch out for this boy. Because we got these tips and you know what I'm saying? So y'all watch out for him. We going back to what we do downtown Atlanta, the FBI, we top secret and all that, Men in Black type stuff, right? So after the FBI showed up and said, hey, your son is making threats. And after the dad said, hey, he don't even have access to none of these guns. The dad buys this boy a gun, a rifle, right? That is the rifle that the boy took into the school and committed the violent terrorist act with. So that is why the dad is also being charged in this situation. Let's read a little bit about this. We got to read a little bit about this because dude is a sicko. But let's see how sick. What's that? Let me see. Give me a second. All right. Okay. Colt Gray, the alleged Appalachia High School shooter, muttered only 2 words during his arraignment on arraignment Friday in Georgia court. Sick bull. The bull's sick. Gray, 14, is the alleged shooter who opened fire at the Georgia school on Wednesday, killing students Mason Schermerhorn and Christian Angulo and teachers Richard Aspinwall and Christina Iremy. Now, Miss Christina Iremy was a math teacher, I believe, right? She was extremely loved at that school. They have been like honoring her to the max, even more than like anybody else. They loved her at that school. I seen that she was a great teacher. She made all the kids feel comfortable. She was always telling jokes and stuff like that. Like they really liked her a lot at that school. So a lot of them kids are really like distraught right now. Just the shooting alone is going to, traumatize a lot of kids. But they were extremely distraught about her specifically. I think she's the one that got shot in the hallway and they actually dragged her body back in the classroom. Right. Let's see here. So Ray Star said the dad was charged. Esquire said the dad gave him the gun. Facts. Miss A. Ward said he was probably afraid of his own child, which is so sad, but it does happen. Parents can be and are bullied by their children. Miss Shantae said the dad needs to be seriously charged. I feel like he told him to do it. Why would he buy a gun for a 14-year-old? All right, let's roll. 8 other students and 1 teacher were injured and are expected to make a full recovery. Let's keep reading. At 8:30 a.m. on Friday, Gray entered the Barrow County courtroom wearing dark green jail garb. His shoulder-length orange blonde hair guarded his face from the cameras in the courtroom. He has been charged with 4 counts of felony murder and is expected to be tried as an adult. The sheriff was speaking at the scene of the crime. He said the day of the incident, immediately, we are for sure charging him as an adult. Don't even worry about it. That boy about to get cooked. We're going to make sure of it. So he definitely is being charged as an adult for sure. Don't even trip. This is what this fool looks like. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna keep. I'm a keep. It's not that I'm trying to be respectful to him. I'm just keeping it light because, they'll come at you with the bullying stuff and all that, and I'm not even, I'm cool on that. You know what I'm saying? These people will commit mass acts of terrorism and then say you bullied them if you speak negatively about them and their animalistic ways. So I'm not even gonna say nothing about this goofball. Gray responded, yes, sir, to the judge's preliminary questions during the 11-minute trial, including that he can read and write English. Emotional adults filled the courtroom. One woman held onto a plush Mickey Mouse while another woman clutched a tissue. One man was shown hanging his head in sadness as he prepared for the hearing to start. Yeah, it's traumatic, man. His father, Colin Gray, 54, also appeared in court. Colin Gray reportedly told investigators he bought an AR-15 style rifle used in the shooting as a Christmas gift for Colt in December 2023. This boy got this gun less than a year ago. On Thursday, Colin Gray was also arrested and charged of 2 counts of second-degree murder, 4 counts of manslaughter, and 8 counts of cruelty to children. Jesus. Let me read that again. 2 counts of second-degree murder, 4 counts of... Why only 2 counts of second-degree murder? All 4 of those people was killed the same way, right? So why wouldn't it be 4 counts of second degree? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. 4 counts of manslaughter and 8 counts of cruelty to children. He should have the exact same charges as his son. I'm not even gonna lie. All right, Hippie Easter, you got a good argument. Hold on. Not a good argument. I disagree, but I want to hear your argument. You have a strong statement right there. Let me read. Ray Starr said if the parents start going to jail for life, maybe they will keep the guns away from kids. Esquire said, did you see how the news used a picture of the black boy victim and mistakenly said he was the shooter? Yes, that is almost one of the main news sources in Atlanta. WSB TV put the picture up of the victim. I forget the victim's name, but the black victim, and said that he was the suspect in the shooting. And it took them a very long time to issue an apology. And it's very disrespectful. I think that we can make sure we don't forgive them for that. Honestly, it was WSB TV. Facts. They did that. They are one of the main major news sources in Atlanta. It's kind of crazy that they would mess up that bad. How thirsty was y'all to put that on a black person out in a rural Georgia county that y'all was like? Esquire said, that may have been the internet trolling. That was absolutely not the internet trolling. That was WSB TV. They really did that. Yes, Hippie Easter said he should not be tried as an adult. The father should rot in hell forever. Hippie Easter, I need you to come back. Don't go away after you said something like that. Come back and tell us why you don't think that delinquent should be charged as an adult for going in there and doing that. Ms. Shante said, I agree he should have the same charges of his son because he was warned. He was definitely warned. And then he went and bought him a AR-15 after the fact. Wearing a gray and white striped jail uniform, Colin Gray stated in court that he completed 11th grade and got his GED. If he is convicted of all his crimes, he will get 180 years in prison. Okay, so the dad is a delinquent too. Okay. Colin Gray rocked back and forth in his chair as the judge set his first court appearance hearing for December 4th. Ooh. They treating you like a Negro up in there. I ain't gonna lie, boy. You don't get no appearance until 4 months now. 3 months away. They treating you black. In May 2023, the FBI spoke to Colin and Colt Gray after tips that Colt allegedly made Discord threats to shoot up a middle school. In a police report obtained by Newsweek, Colin Gray stated his son had problems at West Jackson Middle School in Hoxton, Georgia, and he was going to Jefferson Middle School about 17 minutes away where things got better. Okay. This is what this guy looks like. You gave a gun to your son after the FBI came to your house and told you that your son was threatening to shoot up a school. You gave it to him after the FBI. Like, we ain't even talking about the school was concerned and they called you and said, hey, can you get your son? He tripping. The FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, not even the GBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. The real life FBI came to your house, told you your son is a maniac in waiting, and you went and bought the maniac a gun. Hippie Easter said a 14-year-old is barely weaned. He had to be influenced by adults around him. Yes, he was influenced by the adults around him. That's true, but that does not absolve him of the crimes he committed, the crimes against humanity that he committed against other innocent children. Those other innocent children deserve to be respected as what they were, innocent children. And just because you were also young does not mean that you get to avoid proper punishment for taking the lives of other people who did nothing to you. It'd be different if y'all had some type of beef going on and you just hit one person that you was beefing with. You went up into school and was shooting people randomly, whoever you can get your aim on, and you was popping people for no reason. You understand? So, yes, he may have been influenced, but being influenced is not an excuse to commit terroristic acts. You have to, let's just be clear. Most of the people who have committed some of the most heinous acts in the history of the world were influenced by somebody. It does not mean that they should be somehow punished any less harshly because somebody else influenced them to do it. I don't care how your mind wasn't that weak. You went up in there and did that. Shooting bail to Hippie Easter. Technically, the juvenile system is supposed to be rehabilitative. No, that's the juvenile system. That is in place for certain types of acts, right? He committed the type of act that does not warrant being placed in a juvenile system. He is being placed in the adult system, rightfully so. So, yes, had he been in the juvenile system, he would not get that much time. But because he committed the act that he committed, he got to get cooked. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Ray Starr said he may be influenced by other school shootings. Maybe. Reign Supreme says, side note, 11-year-old Lil Rod needs an appeal. Is he really? He ain't really no 11. He look young, though. Esquire said the goal is supposed to be rehabilitative, not punishment. Yes, if you do go to the juvenile system. But if you don't go to the juvenile system, then you got to get cooked. Ms. Shantae said he was told by the FBI not to go to the school and do that, and he still did it. Hippie Easter said, I pray and respect those affected and their family, but this child should not have had access to the guns. He is only 14. That's true. The dad, that's why I say the dad should get the same charges as the son, because you enabled this to happen after you found out that he made the threat. So, I mean, now I will say this, right? Oh, he was charged at 11. Okay. I will say this, though. I actually went to school with somebody, and I know somebody that, and this happens when a kid is getting bullied, and the dad will feel like, all right, my kid can't fight back, or they tried to fight back and the bullying won't stop or whatever. I have known people to give their kids guns to go to school, specifically to go to school. If the bully keep messing with you, hit him up. I personally I was in school, middle school, with somebody that exact thing happened. He was getting picked on by somebody that was actually smaller than him, but he was older. And so he was kind of intimidated by the older guy. And the older guy was, we talking about middle school. I'm going to say the older guy was in the streets, but he was a kid, but he was kind of like, he was messing with him. And his dad for sure gave him a gun to go to school. Now, he ended up getting caught at the metal detector with the gun, so they expelled him for the rest of the school year. But that happened for sure. And that does happen. I know other instances of that happening. So, and this man is saying that they're saying that the son was getting bullied or that's what he told the FBI. The son was getting bullied in middle school. The dad was pretty much fed up with his son being treated like that. So he equipped him with some firearms. But, it's tough. It's tough. If you get bullied, it's one thing you deal with the bully. But you went and popped people that didn't have nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? I think the story comes out completely different had they said, the boy Colt Gray went and shot the guy that kept bullying him for years and wouldn't stop. I think this story gets viewed completely different. But that's not what happened. Esquire said valid points on both sides. So both dad and son should be treated as adults. For sure. That's what I think. Alvira, the dad, will get the same charges. No, they already said his charges. He's not getting them. Esquire, but counter argument is that a 14-year-old hasn't formed the mental capacity to fully appreciate their actions yet. But I will say this. The appreciation of one's actions is not how it is determined how crimes are punished. We determine how crimes are punished based on what the crime is, not who the person is, unless you're white. But it's determined based on what the crime is, right? So that's why the courts have the authority to charge young people as adults depending on what they do, right? So, and we know that the youngest person to ever be tried as an adult was a black, 13-year-old, 100 years ago, whenever that was. So, or I don't know if he was 13. He might have been younger than that, but he was the first one that was like an actual child to be tried as an adult, a black dude, black kid. So you have to keep in mind that, yes, he would normally be treated as a kid with a non-form, with a brain that's not fully developed. I'm sleepy, my bad. Not fully developed. Let me stop talking so long so I can read these comments. I see your comment, Esquire. I'm about to respond to it. Reign Supreme said the father is to blame. This is totally avoidable. Teach your children to fight with their hands only if their mouth don't work. I think he did, and I think it wasn't working. But an AR-15 to deal with a bully is wild. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's very wild. Gold Roro said a woman was arrested in Tennessee. Her 6-year-old had a pow at school. Wow. Hippie Easter said that is even worse if the father said go shoot the person. Esquire said, not necessarily, because we have a thing where we determine whether you are fit to stand trial or have the capacity to stand trial. Right. Yes, true. But that's not a juvenile versus adult thing. The mental capacity to stand trial can be determined you can get evaluated for that. Anybody can be evaluated for that. That's not based on whether you're of age or not, or a minor or an adult. That's like mental capacity more than it is to do with like brain development, right? Ray Star said the dad can't get first-degree murder charges. He could if they get conspiracy. If it's a conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, yes, he can. If you know that somebody wants to go kill somebody else, they told you and somebody else told you, and then you go buy them a gun to go commit that crime, y'all both can get that charge. If they want to charge you like that, but they got to charge you with conspiracy. Esquire said those people weren't bullying him. It's a mental thing. Oh yeah, he's fried mentally. He didn't, So if you don't understand, you don't understand. Yep. I get it. So let me keep reading if there's anything left to read, because we can read dude's charges too. Colin Gray said that he had hunting rifles in the home but was not allowed to use them unsupervised. Officials also spoke to Colt, who appeared calm and reserved. Then the 13-year-old claimed he used to have a Discord account but deleted it before moving in with his dad because it kept getting hacked. Discord is a platform for hosting. Why do you tell us about Discord? Colt Gray claims someone accused him of threatening to shoot up a school, but he would never say such a thing, not even as a joke. Okay. He wouldn't say that, huh? He would just do it. He wouldn't say it, huh? Oh yeah, George Stinney. That's the name of who I'm thinking about. Reign Supreme. Facts. He was 9 years old. FBI tips include an email address belonging to Colt Gray associated with the Discord account in question. IP addresses from around the time that the family was evicted from their house show that the Discord account was used in either Fort Valley, or Statesboro, Georgia, and possibly Buffalo, New York. Okay. The user profile name of the Discord account linked to Colt Gray was written in Russian, officials report. Translated to English, the name spells Lanza, allegedly referring to the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooter, Adam Lanza. Oh boy. So he was really on that. So I do agree that some older people probably influenced him to do this, but I don't think that he should not be charged properly, though. Colin Gray told officials that his son does not know or speak Russian. Investigators determined that the allegations that Colin Gray or Colt Gray was behind the Discord account could not be substantiated. I bet y'all would have took it seriously now. What you mean it couldn't be substantiated? Like what? All right, that's the end of it. The boy was burnt out. The dad is burnt out for buying him a gun. But like I said, I've known people to give their kids guns when they're getting bullied in school. I'm not saying that the bullying thing is true here, but that's what the dad is asserting. And I do know people that I was in the building. Okay. So that's all I got for y'all, man.